Guys, so this is my summery coral orangey look and I hope you enjoy it. And starting off with a fresh face and going in with this new foundation I recently got. This is the Giorgio Armani Maestro foundation in the shade 4. I would say this is a light to medium coverage. It feels really light and moisturizing on the face. Yeah, it has an SPF 15, which is awesome because of the summer coming up soon. And yeah, but I wish I got one shade darker because I feel it's kind of white on me. But yeah, moving on to my under eye area, I'm using this Maybelline eraser in the shade Light. So I used to use the shade Nude, but I'm really loving the whole highlighting look. So I moved on to Light, which I really love because it really does brighten the under area. Okay, so I'm using my Real Techniques sponge and I've moved on from my beauty blender just because I couldn't get a hold of it in London, so I thought I'd try this one. But since I've tried it, I haven't gone back. I absolutely love it and it's cheaper. So to cover the dark bag that I have, I'm going to go in with this concealer by Clé de Peau in the shade Almond. This was super expensive. This is around $70 when I was in the US. But an alternative, I would use maybe a Studio Finish by MAC and it would do the exact same thing. Okay, to set my under eye, I'm going to go in this translucent powder by MAC. So I'm going to leave the powder on for a little bit and brush it off after I do my eyeshadow. But going in for my brows, I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Medium Brown with my 263 brush by MAC. I have a full video on how I do my eyebrows, so I'm just going to speed through this. But if you do want to watch it, I will link it down below for you guys. So before eyeshadow, I'm going in with my lid primer by Smashbox, and I'm really liking this kind of salmon-y base. It really brightens up that area and it's not drying. Okay, going in first with my Morphe Brushes palette, I'm going in with this light brown and putting this over on my lids as a base. And then I'm going to deepen that crease with the colour Cognac by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is to deepen that crease a little bit more and just smoke it out. So adding this coral colour in the centre of my eyelids, I'm using this Anastasia Beverly Hills cream colour pots in the shade Coral Reef. I absolutely love this colour. It's so pigmented and it's so bright and it's so summery. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favourites. So where my natural crease is, I'm going to bring this coral colour a little bit over my crease area. Just so when I do open my eyes, you can still see that colour coming through. So for my liner, I'm using my Barry M waterproof pencil liner. So the brush I'm using here to brush it all out and even out the line is by Hair and Makeup Addiction. So for my inner corners, I'm using Peach Sorbet by Anastasia Beverly Hills Single Shadows. So for my wing, I'm using my Kat Von D tattoo liner. I'm just connecting it to the pencil liner, which makes it a lot more easier. So the lashes I'm using today is by Dark Swan in the name Adore. Absolutely love these. They're really long and thick and yeah, really great quality. So deepening up my crease area and connecting it to my liner, I'm using Bada Bing by Makeup Geek. So now I'm using Soft Focus by MAC and I'm just going to brush out that powder I put on before, and this will kind of tone down the whiteness of the powder. Now mixing these two browns together, I'm just going to line my bottom lash area and just smoking it out a little bit. So this brush is by Makeup Addiction Small Tapered Blender, and if you want to use the same brush, just clean it with a donut and it will take all the colour out. And then going in with this orange shade, I'm just going to put this underneath the brown just to smoke it out a little bit. So lining my waterline and bringing it down to my lash line, I'm using Costa Ricci by MAC. Using this white shimmery shade, I'm just going to use this as my brow highlight. And then for my mascara, I'm using this Extended Play by MAC. So I'm going to draw on some bottom lashes because I don't have many. So I'm just going to give the illusion I have thicker and longer lashes with my tattoo liner. Using my mineralized skin finish, I'm just going to use this big fluffy brush and put this where I would normally contour and put colour back into my face. And this is going to give it more of a natural contoured look. So using a smaller, fluffier brush, I'm using this same shade and just going around my nose, side of my nose, and then connecting it up to my eyebrows. And this would make it look a little bit more sculpted and yeah, a good base before I put the darker shade on. So now I'm using a darker shade, and this one is by Sleek Makeup in the shade Medium. And I'm just going to use that to define my cheekbones, forehead and chin and nose a little bit more, just to make it look more chiseled and more defined. So going back in with my big fluffy brush, I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and blended and make sure there's no harsh lines. Going in with my translucent powder, I'm just gonna straighten up that line just to make sure it's more defined. So the blush I'm using is by Becca Cosmetics in the shade Songbird. So the highlight I'm using is by Becca Cosmetics in the shade Opal. This is the best highlighter ever. I absolutely love it. If you want a real good highlighter, then maybe look into this one. Absolutely, this is definitely my favorite. And then I'm gonna add some more in my inner tear duct. To line my lips, I'm using Fruit Cocktail by MAC. So the gloss I'm using is by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Neon Orange. These glosses that she came out with are super pigmented, so you wouldn't really need to line your lips first, but I always like to. But yeah, this is my final look, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you do recreate this look, then please tag me at JJscraze and I'll definitely check it out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!